How do I attract more students to my online teaching business? That's what we're going to cover today. Well, first of all, my friend, I am so excited because you are actually asking the right question. We have come so far from the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. You are actually asking, how do I attract more students to my online teaching business? No longer is it, I don't have an online teaching business. How do I even get started? So this is such a great place to be, and I am super excited for you because once you're teaching online, you've got the whole world as your market, as potential students. And there's just no end to who could work with you, right? You're not constrained by your demographic. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. You could teach anyone. Hi, I'm Fiona, and it is my passion and my privilege to help performing artists to master social media and online business so you can make more money without burning out or wasting time. Now let's dive in. How can we get you more online teaching students like the performers inside of my signature program, the Profitable Performer Revolution? One of the things that's been so exciting to me about PPR, even from the very beginning of the Profitable Performer, when I taught it in a small group format, is how many of the performer teachers in there, right? Because so many of my clients are multi-passionates, right? We do more than one thing. So many of the performers inside of my programs quit those jobs, raise their rates, and sell out their studios. So this is what I'm going to teach you about today. How do we get to the place where we've got a waiting list for students? Not only are we sold out, but the waiting list is a mile long, and you know that you've got guaranteed income every week, every month, because so many people want to work with you, want to learn from you. How do we get there? Well, I'm going to give you one strategy delivered two different ways and two mistakes that you want to avoid and how to do that too. So what's the strategy? I'm not going to hold out. I'm going to tell you right now, it's the free sample. And I'm going to teach you how to do it in two different ways. Do you know what a free sample is? You probably do. You go to the ice cream store, you want to sample this, you want to sample that. Same thing at the farmer's market. Now, I go to the farmer's market pretty much every weekend, and what I have noticed is that there is this one fruit stand that's got a line out the tent and into the market. And that line is so much longer than all of the other fruit stand lines. In fact, none of the other fruit stands have a line. What does this particular fruit stand have that the others don't? Free samples. It's not just free samples, and one day I think I'm going to do a video on this. They also have incredible names and descriptions describing all of the different fruit. But for today, let's focus in on the free sample. It's pretty amazing. They've got rows and rows, depending on the season, of peaches and pluots and apples and oranges and Asian pears, depending again on the season. And you can walk up and down and try as many samples as you want. These aren't stingy little samples. These are nice chunks of fruit. You can have your whole breakfast there, and they don't seem to mind. Why don't they mind? Because of that line around the farmer's market. This is the power of the free sample. It gets people in the door, it helps them stay, and it makes other people wonder what's going on and come over to find out. So what are the two strategies we're going to cover for you to deliver your free sample? The first one is your social media content. You know, everyone's always saying produce value, share value on the internet, educate, give them something that's useful. Okay, this is what they're talking about. Give the tips, help people to understand that you know your stuff. This is how you build authority. But you're not just making sure that they know that you know what you know, you're also sharing your personality. You're also sharing the vibe of what it would be like to work with you. And this is as important as sharing those tips. This is part of the reason that just sharing tips is not enough. You've really got to let your personality out. It's also why hiding behind carousel posts and written captions isn't enough anymore either. If you want to be getting people excited to work with you through social media, you've got to show up on camera. You've got to show up on video like I'm doing right now. If you watch my YouTube channel or you come over to my Instagram Reels or you watch my Facebook Lives in the free Facebook group, then you have a good sense of who I am and how I show up and what it would be like to work with me. This is really important in terms of converting your audience into paying students. Make sense? Now, the second strategy for delivering that free sample is the free lesson. And you've probably done this or heard of this or taken one yourself, right? You can call it many different things. You can brand it, in fact, a free lesson. You can call it that, but you could also say it's an intro session, a first meeting, a meet and greet, or you can even do a clarity call like I do, which is not a lesson. It's really about getting clarity about which of my programs would be right for someone. So depending upon where you are in your business and the level of interest people have to work with you is what will define how much free you give on that call. And here's something to really pay attention to. It's about quality over quantity. I don't encourage you to be giving out hour-long free intro sessions. I really don't. What I do encourage you to do is over-deliver in terms of the quality of the 20 minutes or the 15 or the 30 minutes that you give. Make sure you're just 100% focused and showing up for that person and let them have a great sense of what it would be like to work with you. And ideally, if they get a quick win out of it too, all the better. Like you actually taught them one thing. Don't try to teach them 5 things. Try to teach them one thing in that 20 or 30 minutes. Sounds doable, right? Now, what are those 2 big mistakes? Because I'm assuming that you are already on social media, because that would be a mistake already, right? If you're not on social media, that would be a mistake. But I'm assuming you're on social media, so what are the 2 big mistakes? Number 1 is that you're not highlighting the opportunity to work with you. So often on social media, I see teachers, music teachers, acting coaches, etc., delivering incredible free value, like the strategy of giving those free tips, right? But they never share the social proof, meaning the results that your students are getting or the fact that you have students in the first place. They're never showing the results. They're not showing enough before and after. They're not instilling a desire to work with them. Too much of the free tips isn't really going to convert them from follower into student if they're just like, this is great, I'm getting enough as is. You've got to highlight what the difference is between watching somebody's YouTube video and actually getting personalized one-to-one attention. That would be the opportunity. Makes sense, right? And then the other big mistake is that they are not selling, right? If you're not selling, how is somebody going to know that they can sign up for lessons with you? It's like maybe they assume you have a full studio or you just like to show up on the internet or you're not even teaching online. You have to actually say, I am in fact accepting students. Or you could say, I have a waiting list for students. If you're excited or interested, you can sign up here and then you can get back to them when you're ready. You don't want to sell in a way that makes you feel desperate or makes you seem desperate, but you do actually have to show up and say, hey, I've got an offer. I'm going to do it right now. If this learning how to show up on social media is something that you really want to master, then I encourage you to join my program, The Profitable Performer Revolution, because this is what I teach in that program. It's a whole, basically one-stop shop, everything that you need in order to master social media and online business so that you can, in fact, sell out your studios. And not just that, also create multiple offers and passive income and scale your business to the point of 5 and 10K months like the people inside of the program are doing. This is me letting you know I have got an opportunity that you could take advantage of if it is in alignment for you, if it's what you want, if it sounds exciting. So I'm not saying, oh, you should do this, you must do it, and if you don't do it, you're going to fail or it's the only way. That would be pressury and icky, right? That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, hey, I have this thing, and if it appeals to you, come on over and join. In this case, check out the link in the description below. This is all you've got to be doing on a regular basis with your own audience, okay? Actually highlighting the opportunity and showing up to sell, this is what you've got to be doing in order to get more students to your online studio. All right, if you found this video useful, I invite you to join my free Facebook community. Every Friday, I go live in there with a topic of the choice of the community, and something that's really relevant to performing artists who want to build profitable businesses. And those Friday Q&As are a great chance to actually get coaching and talk to me in real time through the comments and be interactive. So every Friday, there's a link to the Facebook group in the description below. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my channel. You know the drill, right? Okay, so you've watched this video and now you're getting students, but how do you keep them? How do you keep your students? I'm gonna recommend that you watch these videos next. This one is about retention and referrals, how you can get more students and how you can keep the students that you have. And this one is about not getting ghosted by your students once you've got them, right? Those students that just disappear. So watch these videos next. And as always, go out into the world and let your light shine. You deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.